Well, here in Asia, Indonesia has reported its biggest daily jump in COVID-19 cases.
This amid continuing easing of restrictions by authorities amid warnings by the WHO for caution. Well, 1,241 new infections were recorded yesterday, bringing the total number of total cases in the country to more than 34,000. 36 new deaths were also reported, raising the fatality toll from COVID-19 to 1,950.
President Joko Widodo has told his coronavirus task force and regional leaders to be wary of a second wave of infections. He says the threat posed by COVID-19 looms large and notes that cases are still rising in some regions.
Well, despite this warning, the country's transport minister has eased travel curbs, saying that Indonesians may now fly so long as they are declared healthy and comply with the safety protocols. The capital, Jakarta, began easing its months-long restrictions a week ago after seeing a fall in the number of infections and deaths.
For the latest, our correspondent in Indonesia, Chani Vavani, is joining us from Jakarta. So, Chani, how are authorities explaining the continued easing of curbs and giving Indonesia still reporting spikes in new cases? I mean, is there a strategy to deal with a second wave should one strike?
Well, at this point, Indonesia is attempting to move forward towards what authorities have repeatedly called a new normal in hopes of reviving the Indonesian economy. Remember, the economy has taken quite the beating in battling COVID-19, with Indonesia's Ministry of Finance Fiscal Policy Agency estimating a $23 billion loss because of the pandemic in the first quarter alone. Now, in a press conference on Wednesday, the official spokesman for COVID-19 matters attributed the spikes in new cases to more aggressive contact tracing being carried out by authorities. And according to the spokesman, the new cases have mostly come from testing samples sent by community health centers and regional health agencies. And the spokesman also said that while a pattern overall does point to an overall increase in cases, most provinces are in stable condition if the data is examined on a distribution by province basis. Having said that, there are certainly concerns of a second wave. President Joko Widodo has reminded the COVID-19 task force that the threat of the coronavirus very much exists during this era of the new normal, and the situation is dynamic, he has said, and he has stated that a second wave should be avoided. At this point, however, a strategy to avoid this threat of a second wave has not been outlined by authorities yet.
And Chani, authorities say that they'll need at least 340 million vials of the vaccine to immunize 2/3 of the population. I mean, how's the maths work there when the population is at 270 million? Plus, is this viable, given that, of course, the vaccine is yet to make it to the market? I mean, it's going to take a long time to actually produce the vaccine when we do get one.
Well, according to authorities, that's what they would need at minimum. Despite the absence of a vaccine currently, authorities are very optimistic on the matter, and Indonesia's coordinating Minister for Economic Affairs saying that there will be a relaxation on intellectual property rights for COVID-19 vaccines globally. According to him, any country that successfully comes out with a vaccine can share their findings with others, and thus countries will be able to co-produce the vaccines. Now, state-owned pharmaceutical firm Biopharma previously said that it was hoping to start preclinical trials for a COVID-19 vaccine by 2021, at some point in 2021. Now, Indonesia's quest for a vaccine is being conducted in partnership with a number of South Korean companies.